It is very possible that one of the reasons why the church in Jerusalem was so resentful of Jesus Christ and his message is because Jesus, he reached down into the heart of humanity and he understood humanity. And he understood what humanity loved. In other words, the love of sinners and what sinners held to be of highest esteem. And it really is identified to us in the Gospel of Mark in chapter 6, verse 33. When basically what he said, a person who does good. He said, well, you feel real good about yourself because you did something good to somebody who did something good for you. But Jesus said, the sinners will do that. A sinner will respond to somebody who did good to them, but to do good just out of the goodness of their heart because they love humanity and they want to serve humanity. Well, that's where the difference comes in, because Jesus ministered to the heart and he brought out love for humanity. But the problem that humans have to deal with is the fact is that's not natural. They say, well, Pastor King, what do you mean here? Well, it's just simply this. You see a child, just a small child or a couple of children playing together, and they're fighting over things, they're grabbing things, and they get upset because somebody else took something else, and mom has to step in and to separate them. I mean, all of that sort of thing happens because that's the very nature of the human. So as a person grows up, they have to learn. And as they become people who hear Christian doctrine and the teachings of Jesus, many times these things fall opposite of what humanity truly is. And it has to be learned. In other words, you have to listen to it, and then you have to absorb it, and then you have to decide whether or not you consider it to be truth. And then you make the decision as to whether or not this is the walk that you want to walk. And that is a process. And many times it takes a while for a person to mature to the place where they said, look, the teachings of Christ have become a part of who I am. This is how I live. This is how I choose to conduct my life. It's a discipline that I choose to follow. Now, I believe that the Holy Spirit becomes very involved in this because he helps us. He helps us in this walk that Jesus has laid out for us through his word. It is very important that we be students of the word and the teachings of Jesus Christ so that we can apply them to our hearts, understand them, and then, of course, live it out as we walk our daily walk. Live out the teachings of Jesus Christ. And that's really what being a Christian is. We're followers of Jesus Christ and the things that he taught. This is Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.